We're trying it out here. Good afternoon. Well, it's good morning, I guess. Hello. I'm outside today in my yard. Hopefully the weather and the neighbors cooperate. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up or something. We'll see if we can get it all together here. And if you can hear me or not. Let's see if you can hear me or not. Let me go find myself on YouTube so we can see if I'm good to go here. Yep, you can hear me, I guess. Okay, good morning. Hi. Okay, so today we're going to spend some time talking about all the questions you guys send me about how to run an Etsy store, what to do with your group, how do you price your homemade stuff, how do you do this and how do you do that, right? Good morning. Come on in. I would love to talk with you guys. Share this on your page if you would, so we can get a few gals in here. We'll wait for a few minutes. It's cold out. I thought I would come out under my willow today and so we can gab and talk about our Etsy stores. I've got the reading material already. It's linked there, and the link to my shop and the link to the Facebook group is there. I'm getting ready. We're going to have a champagne brunch tomorrow, so I've got my tables out here already and everything. It's going to be fun. Good morning. So I'm just going to share this link and stuff, okay? And I would love it if you guys would share. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thank you. Hi. Good morning. Okay. Hi, Katrina. How are you, miss? Let me know if you have an Etsy shop or you're running a group or what you're doing. Good morning, Linda. How are you, miss? I know Linda's kind of new to her Etsy shop. I got to kick her in the butt. No, Linda's just busy, huh? Good morning. Good morning. So I printed out the reading material. I'm just learning to think about starting one. Okay, Kat. We'll certainly talk about it, won't we? It's a lot to learn. It's a lot to do when you first start. I know, I realize it's a lot. But once you get going, you know, it's a good investment for later. And let me tell you, I did this video because I've watched, you know, all the videos on YouTube about selling on Etsy. And I did everything that, you know, all the Wonder Women on YouTube told me to do. I fixed my titles. I did the hashtags. I did the, you know, just everything they tell you to do, you know, all the stuff. And I know that if you guys have watched videos and such before, yeah, that, you know, you probably tried some of the mainstream ideas that go along with running an Etsy shop. And it's true, the algorithm isn't the greatest. And I paid for, you know, extra advertising and this and that. It never seems to work, you know, anything. So I'll just start out while we wait for some more people to come in. I'll just start out by telling you guys how I started and what I did. And then we can just go from there, okay? Yeah. So I started my YouTube channel, a few years ago and everything. And I just love the whole junk journal thing. I've always loved, the antiques and, vintage items and sailing and estate sailing and all this stuff. And I thought I came up with an original idea, making my mom and my two daughters junk journals for Mother's Day. And I got on YouTube and I just didn't realize also this whole world opened to me, and I about freaked out. So I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. It's why we love it so much. So, and there's so many aspects and so many dynamics to go with all this so I just started from there. And so I just want to start right in then. So for your YouTube channel, you're going to need those 1,000 subscribers so that you can go live. And once you can go live, it's way better. It does take some work to get to the 1,000 subscribers. You really have to be committed, and you have to do videos pretty much every couple of days so that you stay current and, I want to say valuable, but I don't really mean it that way. It's just that there's so many people doing these kind of videos and this kind of thing that, everybody gets distracted. So it's better if you at least do, I would say, twice a week, especially in the beginning. If you're really trying to get those tutorials out there, you have to keep them, I think it's under 10 minutes at first, or maybe it's 15 minutes at first. So they really have to be short, sweet, and to the point, which is really good. Because when people are new, that's really what they want, is those short videos. Oh boy, I hope they're not going to start running machines. Oh well, let me know if it's annoying, I'll go in. But anyways, let's see if it's going to be really loud, for Pete's sakes. But anyways, so to get the subscribers up, you really have to be consistent. You have to do it I did them probably 3 times a week, just, but if you're busy making stuff, then you wouldn't have any problem like doing the videos, right? And so after I got my 1,000 subscribers, because you really need that, and you have to have your attention focused there for quite some time, then I started my Facebook group. So it gave everybody a place to post and relate to the video and talk about what they did. And they watch the video, make the thing, then they can post in the group. That's kind of how it goes. So that works really well. But once you start a Facebook group, then, hi, Linda. Once you start a Facebook group, then your time is now split between your channel and your Facebook group. And then I would say you can start your Etsy shop in the beginning with the YouTube channel, or wait until you have the 1,000 subscribers and then do your Etsy shop and your Facebook group together, starting them together. But once you do that, then your time is going to be completely taken up by running the group and doing your channel and maintaining your Etsy store. So it gets to be really tough to, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda. It kind of, so you kind of got to learn your own rhythm of how to maintain all 3 things without giving up your entire day. Personally, this is my job. So I spend, it takes us come and go, because people think that just because you open up this Etsy shop and it has a cute name and cute little products and cute this and cute that people will just come, and they don't. And so pretty soon they find out, oh, I really have to work. So once you do that, the next thing you find out is, oh my gosh, there's nowhere to post my links. Like, if you don't have a customer base and you have to rely on other people for your customers because you don't have a YouTube channel set up yet, then you're kind of dependent on other people. So it's really, really important that you gain your own followers so that you have a customer base, because every single person that visits your YouTube channel or comes to your group is a potential customer for your Etsy store. And especially if, you're showing them your stuff on YouTube and you kind of create this, little frenzy of enthusiasm and excitement for whatever it is you're using and showing or whatever, right? Okay, so so in the article that I've written, the link is there in the description box to all three places. I just start out by talking about, now this is supposed to be about how to run your Etsy shop, but it's actually really about YouTube because without YouTube, you don't really make that many sales. I mean, at least I don't, and I've been doing it since 2017. And if I don't do videos, I don't get any sales. And I have 15,000 people in my Facebook group, and I can go for weeks without any sales. And if I don't do a video, and if I don't show any excitement, if I don't show you guys, you know, something that I'm doing or something that I'm making or something, they go somewhere else, or they just lose interest, or they, you know, whatever. I mean, you have to be and have an inviting way of bringing people into your store. And so one thing I want to mention about this is that, first of all, I got to write this down because I'm going to forget. Keep me on track here. Okay, so the first way to get people into your store is obviously the videos, and that's just what I want to focus on here just for a minute. Now I know, let's see if we got a question here. The one thing you learned from starting your own book publishing company. Was that the owner? You wear many hats. Yes, very many. And it's kind of funny when you start a Facebook group, you know, being the group head, it's different than when you're a member. So I completely get it. It does get overwhelming. Etsy is such a hit and miss unless you have a lot of exposure and the right keywords. Yep. So the keywords, we can talk about the keywords too in a minute when you're doing your listings, but for here, I'll write that down. The keywords. Now the keywords are important just because of the algorithm, but like I said earlier, so even using the keywords and doing all the right things and doing the hashtags and everything they told me to do, I still wasn't getting any sales, but it does help. So I did go through, you know, and change all of my listings, but I did it this year. I haven't had the right listings or hashtags or anything. And I don't know how many, I have over 2,000 5-star reviews, and I have almost 10,000 sales right now. And I just now this year changed my keywords and did my hashtags and all that stuff. So I'm telling you that, yeah, you can do all that stuff, but the thing that really does it is the videos. And so, like I said, I'm going to get back to this, but we'll talk about the videos here just for a minute. If you're intimidated about videos, honestly, you're just going to have to get over it. You know, we all have to learn how to do it, and we all have to learn all this stuff. It's a lot, but you practically have to have a videos, because how are you going to do flip throughs on your junk journals if you don't do a video? And there's a lot of different ways you can do videos. You know, there's the professional ones and there's the not so professional like mine. I mean, I can only get so far because my technical skills are kind of crappy, and, you know, and I like to jabber on and whatever. And I don't know how to edit, and, you know, I don't have the pretty thumbnails and the commercials before and after and all this. I don't know how to do all that stuff, but I'm still doing it. You know, so I mean, it can be done. So the main thing that I want to tell you about this is it is not about being perfect. It's not about getting everything right and being and looking perfect and having everything great and all this. It's about your love for the work and what you're doing. It's about your enthusiasm and your joy and your all these things that you draw people in with your excitement. It's not about you, and it's not about anything except for sharing your love for what you're doing. And if you have love and passion and enthusiasm for this newfound, you know, hobby, then people come, your sales come. You don't have to worry about the money. You don't have to worry about all that. You don't have to worry about, what am I going to do for my next video? People get trapped in that so much. What am I going to say for my next video? Don't even go there, because if you go there, you're going to be stuck there. And it's really difficult and nerve-wracking and stressful when you're actually, if you're making your junk journal stuff, just turn your camera on. You don't have to do anything. You just, here's what I do. When I find something I really like, I make 2 or 3. And then I'm like, oh, this is really worthy of probably doing a video. So I'm going to go on and I'm going to show them what I'm doing. You guys have watched my videos a million times. I make mistakes. I mess things up. I do all kinds of crazy stuff. I do all kinds of crazy stuff. But, what happens is the beginners like to get information really fast. So the tutorials really help. And then later, once they I say fall in love with you, it kind of gets to be a soap opera. They get to know your family, they get to know your home, they get to know your way of life and whatever. And then they'll come in, like my videos get to be an hour and a half long. So sometimes people don't like to watch those kinds. So I find that my channel gets more watches when my videos are shorter, just so you guys know that. But I happen to like to do longer videos. I have a lot going on. I have a lot to say about my stuff that I'm doing. So gift of gab. Yep, that's a big draw. But here's what the thing of it is, Kat, is of course, on the day I'm going to do my video. Anyways, so here's the thing. I never sit and think about what I'm going to say because that would be fake. And people know when you're genuine and when you're not, right? So if I'm doing something and I just want to show it off, I just turn my camera on and I just show you guys what I'm doing and the words come. You don't have to be self-conscious or nervous or any of those things, because if you're focused on your craft and what you're doing, then and you love it and you enjoy it, then the words will come. It's only when if you notice, if you look, every time you don't know what to say or do, it's because you're self-judging and you're looking at yourself through other people's eyes when they probably, you guys know all that stuff. So don't do that to yourself. You're ruining the fun for yourself and for everybody else too, because we don't care if you're insecure and you've never done a video before. And when you watch those videos and the girl's on there going, I haven't done this before. I don't know what to do. And I don't know what to say. And it just makes it no fun to watch, because the whole intro is about all their insecurities. So just you don't have to worry or say anything about any of that stuff. We all know what it's all about, and it's tough to do the videos, but main point with the videos is just show your enthusiasm and your love for this stuff, and the sales will come. You don't have to worry about it. If it's all about the money, because you've seen in sales, you've seen videos like that too. If it's all about that, then it kind of takes away from, because they're always trying to sell something, which it's tough when you get into the sales part. Then you kind of have to, because people get tired of that too. So it's a fine line between. So what I've started to do, because I've noticed, and plus I have a sociology degree and a psych degree, and I notice and I find people interesting and I study them. So it's mostly just about the enthusiasm. And if you have extra stuff, this is how I started. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the Etsy shop. Okay, just for a second now. Now the video is over. I'm going to tell you about the Etsy shop for a minute. Okay. So what I do is anytime I'm going to make something, well, not anytime, but it's gotten to be that way now. Everybody wants to know where you got it from. That's the first thing they ask. So I just started putting the stuff in my shop before I even make anything, because I know everybody's going to ask me, where'd you get it? So that was my most important thing, that I want to make sure if I'm altering these, coin rolls, I need to have these coin rolls listed in my shop, or whatever it else is, if I'm using the flowers or if I'm using whatever. So it takes extra time to set up your videos. It does, because you want to make sure that you have all the supplies first. Now, this is very important, because not only are you going to have your finished handmade product that you already made for sale in your shop, but you're also going to offer the items to make it. So the supplies. So it's very important. So then you have two ways. They can either buy the handmade finished product or they can buy the supplies. So you're kind of getting two bangs for your buck there, you see. So that's a pretty important tip. So the next thing is you want your videos to be maintained, or I'll say valid, for the year. So what I do, if I'm going to say I want to make some coffee stain paper and sell it at my Etsy shop, I'm going to make enough so that my video and my listing in my Etsy shop is good for the entire year, because otherwise you have to keep paying every time you run out, and then you have to redo the listing, and it's a pain in the butt to do the Etsy listings. It takes forever. So when you find a product that you like, I don't care what it is, make sure that you order enough that you can have it remain in stock all the time so that you get known for having this, because it doesn't happen right away. Sometimes it takes months before you sell this one thing that you've been working on and thought it was so great. It takes a minute to catch on. Okay, so if you like the paper and you like these little things or these little things, you keep them in there no matter what. And that's how you first start your Etsy shop, is you just find 5 things, I don't care what it is, and you just make sure that you can keep them in stock the entire time, and you can do your shipments and do your thing so there's never any delays. Okay, and then once you can maintain those 5 things, then you can add another thing. And you just make sure that you can, maintain and keep that one thing. And so then you got 6 things. Most times people go in and they try to just get all this stuff, and they have 1 of this and 2 of that and 5 of this and 6 of that. And you're constantly doing, the Etsy things, and you're not getting anywhere, because by the time they see your video, you're already sold out. So I'm carrying the inventory myself on most of the stuff. So that's the other thing. It takes up room, in your house. But anyway, that's another story. So anyways, all right. So hi, Teeny. The 5 things, anything you want, anything that you want to sell in your shop that you think that other people will be interested in. And so this is the deal. People want to buy the same stuff that you do. So I just put stuff in my shop that I'm using. Every time I'm going to make a new book or a new something, I get all the stuff and I order. Like now I have Tim Holtz, and I can order, different stuffs, and you have to get accounts with these different companies and stuff. It's a lot of work. And that's why I'm just sticking to one. I'm just doing Tim Holtz, and that's it, because I don't feel like running around getting accounts with all these people and Prima and all, just everybody. It's just too much. Like, you have to pick what you're going to do, because you can't do everything. So, so if you want to pick, your 5, 6, 10 things, whatever it is that you're using in your journals that you like, then chances are, other people are going to like it too. And Linda, if you pick something, you back it up with your videos. So if you pick buttons, then you use them in your videos every single time you say, these are available in my shop. And I know, but that means then every time people watch your video a year down the road, you're still going to have those same buttons in your shop. So that your videos stay current. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yes, the same thing with the supplies. Anytime I order supplies, I make sure that I always have them. And sometimes it's tough. It depends on how much money you want to spend. For me, I'm only spending probably, like my Tim Holtz stuff, I spend a couple $1,000s, and then that's all I'm spending. Here's my Romeo. And then that's all I'm spending. That's all I'm willing to spend, knowing that it might not sell, because I don't want to get stuck with a bunch of inventory. And I don't want to have sales on it either, because otherwise I'm not making any profits, because Etsy takes its money out with your listing, and then every time you sell, they take their percentage. And now, there's lots of places you can sell, but they all take their money. So it doesn't matter. You're going to have to pay anyways. And the free ones, I don't know. I've never had any luck. So I just stay with Etsy, because they're so well known. And I don't know, I'm just staying there because I'm a creature of habit. But so yes. So then later on when obviously I put things in my shop that I don't have, all the time, because later on when you get a little bit bigger and, you have your main staples, like my main staples are my time cards, my bingo cards, the guest checks, the glassine bags, my seam binding, all the main things that we use, my, ephemera. And I'm starting to add digitals now because I have such big collections of things that I love, my scrapbooks and all this stuff. So I'm starting to do digitals. So through the years, it takes years. Like, this isn't fast. It's something that, it's like money in the bank. That's kind of how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And when I need a couple, say you need a couple $100 extra bucks, well, then you better get moving. You got to get your videos going and you got to get your posts going and you got to do all your stuff. Okay. So the next thing is the posting. Okay. You're going to find once you start your channel in your shop that when you go onto Facebook and you want to figure this out, especially if you don't have any followers on YouTube, you're going to have to go find a group or somewhere where people are going to let you post your stuff. So this is the next thing, because you get people mad at you and you burn these bridges and you don't know where to go. And then you go to these places that let you sell and then it's all salespeople and nobody's buying and it just gets to be this big thing. So anytime you go to a Facebook group, you have to read the about section and all this, because some can let you sell and some don't, blah, blah, blah. So here's what I did with mine, and it seems to work, although people still sell in the group. There's not much I can do about it, especially as big as it's gotten now. I can't police everybody. I just have to go, I don't know. You just have to kind of let some of it go. There's nothing you can do about it. So anyways, so what I did is, and this kind of helps because once your group gets big enough, you have to find people to help you run it. So, and what do you have to offer them? You're just starting out. You don't have any money to pay them. So the only thing that I could come up with that I could offer them is selling on my feed. And so I put no sales group. That's just for me and mom. And then for the mods and admin who help run the group, anybody who helps run the group can sell their stuff on my feed. And that seems to really work. And that group also helps. They can post any of their tutorials that they want to, as long as they're not selling anything. And if you post consistently in my group with tutorials, that are 15 minutes or 20 minutes and under, you will get at least 500 or 600 from my group. And, the longer you stay, the longer and the more subscribers you'll get. But like I say, so the posts are very important. So here we go with the posting. Okay. So if you run group to group and you just put a link up and say, some people say nothing. They just put the link up and leave. Some people say, my video for today, put the link up and leave. And so I've noticed that when I do that, I don't get as many views until, and here's what I do is, you need 3, I'd say. 1 is okay, but 3 looks better, even 5 photos in your post. And you post the pictures first, because if you do the link, it'll just show the link picture, So when you go to a Facebook group, make sure that you have a picture or 3, because 2, it splits it in half. So 3 looks the best, 5 is okay. They have a nice layout now that you can use to lay out your pictures when you go on Facebook. But having at least 3 pictures looks the best. And it shows a person what the video is about, what the possibility is for them. It gets their mind going, their juices flowing, their creativity happening. And they're like, oh, I want to see what she did with that. So I'll go there. And it's an invitation. If you're just going from group to group, just putting up a link, like nobody cares. They're just going to scroll by it. And the thing with that is you have to understand your viewers. And your viewers are people at the end of the day on Facebook are scrolling through, they're tired, they're worn out, they don't feel like doing anything, and you got probably, a few minutes to grab their attention. A few minutes, that's all you have, and they're on to the next thing. And so for my group, what I have done is I've also made it so that I don't mind if they come in and post their YouTube channels and post their videos and all this stuff. But if they come in and they're only there to just take mine, people, right? They're not taking mine because we're all members of all the groups. I get that. But what I mean is what happens is, so they're scrolling, right? Oh, here's so-and-so. Oh, she has a link up to her blog. I'll go there. So she clicks on the link to your blog and then she's gone. She left my group. She was there for 60 seconds, if even. So you don't have very much time. So what I've done is I've made it so that there's no links going anywhere else besides just YouTube. That's it. There's no blogs. There's no other pages and no shops and no anything, because I worked really hard to get them to come into my group. And the last thing I want is for Tom, Dick, and Harry to come in and put their links and then they're gone in 20 seconds. So once you get them there, it's tough to keep them there. And so that's why the rules that I do have in my group are the rules that I have. I don't have a lot of rules. And when I go to a Facebook group that has a whole bunch of rules and you have to answer all this whole sheet before you can go in, and every time you post, then they have this thing that comes up. Okay, that is just a indication to you of how the group is run and how the admin runs and how they kind of lord over the people there, how they kind of have it in their mind that they have to, regulate and the snotty admin, and you know what I'm saying, right? When you go into a group and it's like, oh God, they have lists and lists this long of instructions for swaps and this and that and the other thing. It's just like, I'm not interested in making people mind, and so when you go to a Facebook group like that, you have to watch and see, and I want to say, stay for a while for your Facebook groups, because there are certain Facebook groups that are really run really well, and there's others that aren't. And so if you give it a chance, every Facebook group has something to offer, and give it a chance. But going to every single Facebook group, I mean, it doesn't really cut it, believe me. And you're better off if you're new and you're starting a YouTube channel and Etsy shop, make friends with the group head. A lot of times they might need your help and you can help them, but, and I'll give you an example. When I first started, my excitement just was over the moon. And I didn't have any idea about the person. I didn't even realize, and so I know most people don't, because I was the same way. I just wanted to go into this Facebook group I found, and I was just posting everything because I was so excited. And they kicked me out, and I was so upset. I was so hurt because I was just having so much fun, But you have to really remember that the group head, they have spent years, trying to get this fixed up for themselves. It's for you to come. And this is how I've done it. I've made it so that my group is open door for you to come and visit me and my mom and see what I got going and see what we're doing, and see how my swaps run and my thing, and whatever. It isn't about anybody else. You know what I mean? Although I share all my stuff and I teach and I do all this stuff and I love you guys and stuff, but it's for me, it's my little space that I made for my friends that like my stuff and want to come and hang out, So, so that's that. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. My little doggy Romeo. He's a Shih Tzu. Hi, Rita. Oh, I love Rita. She's given me so much inspiration already, and I've just met you. Bloom Stitch Rita. She's great. She just makes you crazy if you go watch her videos. Oh, but anyways, let me answer some of your questions here. Great way to. Thanks, Rita, for the compliments. You've had a Etsy shop for a couple of years selling digitals, 300 sales. Oh, good. Yep, slow and steady build. So, Linda, if you have a YouTube channel, then that's going to be your best bet, especially if you have digitals. Especially, you're going to have to use them all the time, constantly. Use your own products. And, if you're excited about your digitals and you're using them and you're making your journals and your little projects and whatever, and they come out cute and you post them and people love it, you'll make sales. But you got to show it off somewhere, right? And so for me, like my group, I don't let anybody else in because Tsunami Rose, I'm in cahoots with her. I'm on her design team. We work together a lot. She's a mod in the group now. And I don't let anybody else come in because I'm faithful to her. So anybody that comes in with digital prints, we delete, see? So it just depends how you want to run it. And, people get mad at you and whatever, but you know what? You got to run things how you got to run things. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about what other people say and do and think and post and all this, okay? And that's the other thing. If you're going to start a Facebook group and your YouTube channel and your Etsy shop, you do you, and you don't listen to what anyone else says or thinks or what they do. You don't have to run around in other Etsy shops looking at prices and all this stuff because all it's going to do is make you crazy. Okay? You just do you and it's fine, right? Okay? Let's see. Bloom Stitch, my little dog, Shih Tzu, yeah. He's the love of my life too. His name's Romeo. Yes, Facebook videos you can. No, Facebook Live videos are really great, and I'm going to talk about them now just for a minute, okay? So, first off, Facebook Live is exceptionally, this is one of the things, okay, in the article that I've written, I printed it out, okay? The link is there if you need it because there's a lot of information. I could never go through all this stuff. But in one of the points about running and thriving an engaged Facebook group, there is some different techniques and tricks that you can do to get a community atmosphere. And one of them is having, a weekly or a monthly or every 2 weeks or whatever it is that you have time for Facebook Live. And I used to do it every single week. I had a Facebook Live, a group meeting. And thank you for the thumbs up. It really helps the videos get watched, so I appreciate that. It's like a recommendation. So if you guys would give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Or share on your page, I would appreciate that too. Anyways, shoot, what was I saying? I forget now. Oh, the Facebook Lives. Okay. So I used to do it every week and it was really great. The group loved it. I had a big response. Everybody came in. It kind of just made everybody feel like, they were all coming together and we were having this group hangout is what I called it or whatever. And it was really great. And for the first year I did that. I really built the group up and stuff. And it was really great. But I got busy and now I'm too busy to do that every week because plus I'm doing my YouTube channel and you have to be able to ship out all your stuff. So once you do a video and you post it in your group and you do all that stuff, well, then the orders come in. So then you need a day or two, of packing and shipping and all that stuff. And it just gets to be so busy that you can't, you can't do it all. So, so what happened is I tried to come up with a way where I would give some of the responsibility to the members. And so I started the Friday Night Lives where I invited the entire group to come in and do a live video on every Friday. We can open the mail, show what you're doing, just visit, talk, whatever you want to do. And that kind of helped take the pressure off me, but still gave everybody an invitation to come in and do lives. And then all weekend, we can, catch up watching everybody's live streams. And it's just kind of fun and it gives them something to do and, all that stuff. Yep. Okay. Yes, me too, Missy. I have 15,000 people in my group and I don't even have 5,000 subscribers. So, you know, it's tough. It's tough to get subscribers. And I've seen groups where Facebook has a thing now where you can make them join your YouTube channel before you let them in your Facebook group, but I don't know, that's kind of rude, so I didn't do it myself, but yeah, it's tough to get them to subscribe to your channel. It really is. And I don't know. Honestly, I've tried everything. I've tried everything to get them dang people over there to subscribe. And I'm telling you, the only way I'm telling you that I've gotten subscribers is keeping your videos short and you post those pictures for the invitation, the 3 to 5 pictures with your link and stuff. And, you know, it's hard. It's hard to get them. But once you do, then you can monetize your videos so you get paid for every one of your views and just keep doing that. And eventually, if you do consistent videos, then you'll be able to, eventually get paid. Now, honestly, I don't get paid much from YouTube because my videos are inconsistent right now. It's summertime. And I kind of let it fall off and back and on, but I mean, as much as I love making money, I mean, I'm not all about it. So, and that's the great thing about Etsy and having your home business is you can work when you want. But when you first start out, you really got to beat the trail. I mean, I really had to work hard for a couple years, 2.5 years, I really hit it really hard. And now that I'm at where I'm at, I can kind of just chill out and just do what I want. And, I can just do what I want now, but I'm telling you what, I haven't had a sale in 2 weeks because I haven't done any videos. So, even me with all these people, it's tough if you don't have, if you don't do videos. Okay, so let's see, what else was I going to talk about? Oh, I did the posts, I did the videos, and the keywords and listings. We talked about that. You're a subscriber, thank you. What advice do you have for handmade item pricing? Okay, that's a good one. Everybody wants to talk about that too. I'll answer you in just a minute, okay? Miss Teeny, I forget how to say it. I know you told me before. Is it Teeny? Teen? I'm sorry, honey. Okay, so let's talk about handmade items and the pricing, okay? Okay, so it's pretty tough when you try to compare your prices to other people's prices. So that's the first thing is don't compare. You don't have to run around to anybody's Etsy shop looking for prices and asking people how to price your stuff because only you know how much time and you put in, which I never pay myself for the time, honestly, because I'm just screwing off, and the time it takes me for the things that I'm not screwing off with, like all my Tim Holtz stuff and, stuff I have to order and things like that. I mean, I could never get paid for the time because I have to order and package and, and list and all these things. I just don't get paid for time. I just don't. So for the handmade items, the cost, it depends where in the country you live for the cost of the items. I'm in Seattle, so I have a high cost here and there's nothing I can do about it. I have to get paid for my materials. So get paid for your materials. And then, if you make, now I want to say, okay. Handmade items is tough. It's tough, but let's talk about journals first, okay? So there's lots of different kinds of journals you can make and buy, and you see there's lots of different opinions about the journals and different things. Okay, so the first thing that I would say is I've seen lots of people advertising their journals that it took them 7 or 8 hours to make. Okay. Compared to, now I know I just said not to compare, but I want to show you about construction, okay? Say one of my mom's or mine, they take weeks, a month, over a month sometimes to make. So in order for you to be able to tell, I mean, you can obviously tell the difference, but it's really important that you know that the prices for your journals, the highest price for your journals is going to be a hardcover. It's not going to be a bag or an envelope or, whatever, any of that stuff. It's a hardcover book. Then it depends on your spine. You have to make sure you have a reinforced spine and, the stitching is good and the construction is well done. Okay. And then the sewing. If you have sewing, you're going to get more money for that. Also, how you embellish and how full your embellishments are, on your pages and stuff. How much distressing you did to your pages. How much real ephemera, not stuff that you made or the fake stuff, the real stuff. And then the last thing is the gems and the jewels and the charms and all that stuff. Because if you're putting the charms on, charms are real expensive. And if you're making them and, so the beading and all that stuff. So if you have all of that stuff, then you can charge top dollar, right? And top dollar to me is, now you can't charge top dollar right away because it does a lot of it go according to popularity. However, there's a lot of them, okay? And I'm going to tell you the difference here too, okay? When you're buying and when you're selling. If a person hand makes everything, it takes a lot more time. Now I'm talking about signature pages, okay? Because there's a difference between kit books and a person who makes every single thing, okay? Because don't be swayed by, I'm going to go buy this kit and you just fold the pages and put it in and put some lace on the edge. Like, you can do those kind and it's really fun and they're fast money, but you're not going to get top dollar for them. I mean, you might, because the buyer might not know what they're doing and what they're buying, but a seasoned veteran knows that when you buy a kit and you just put some lace on the edge and a cute little pocket on there, you're not really buying like this handmade item that's really, worth the $200, $300, $400 you're going to spend on the journal, right? So you have to make sure that what you're getting is actually something that they spent time on doing and they're not just ordering a kit. So if you're getting a kit book, I would say, and it's just say one signature kit book, but it's fully, you could charge $100 for them, and if you have two signatures, 150 maybe, but if you're like, for me, when I do a one signature book and it's fully embellished and the big alligator moth or whatever, I get 250, 275, but it just depends on how much stuff and what, and what I put in, it just depends. So it's kind of tough, but it's still, I don't know if that helps much, Linda, but if you put the charms on and you got the sewing on and you got a hardcover and you're distressing in all your pages and making your own pages, you can charge money for it. But if you're just going and printing out a kit and you're just putting a little bit of boop, boop, you can't charge that much. At least, I mean, you can. Like I said, you might get some people that don't know what they're buying and they buy it anyway. So, but I love to use kits too, because they're just already done for you and everything like that. And I use them a lot. And I love my Snowy Rose and whatever, but so it just depends on how you want your turnover. If you're looking for fast money, then just print those kits out, slap them in the book, put your little boop boops on and be done with it. And you can sell them for $100, do a nice cover, and they're fast. Yeah, it's only going to take a few hours, especially, but if you're inking and distressing and using the gessos and all the stuff and, all these different techniques, then you can charge more, Okay. Okay, let's see. Rita says, she's always making different stuff, and I only make stuff anymore that I'm really enthusiastic about. That's right. That's right. Your enthusiasm and everything really, really makes a big, huge difference. And that's really what it is all about. You really don't have to worry about the sales It'll sell. It'll sell. If you love what you're doing and you're excited about it and it'll sell. So you don't have to worry. There's a huge difference from a writhing community and a junk journals community. She does both. I don't know what wreath means, just paper, lace, fabric crafts. Digital kits aren't really creating. Yeah, they don't seem authentic. Yep, I know what you mean. Okay. Multi mixed media covers are really great. I know you asked me a question, Teeny. I'm looking. $20 an hour. I was looking for your question. I forget. It's taken a year for you, Linda, to have 500 subscribers, but you haven't been consistent with posting your videos. I know. Yep, That's right, Rita. That's the best advice. Rita says, if I don't feel like making a video, then I don't. And that's the best advice because it's the worst when you don't feel like doing it and you're forcing yourself to go on there just because I should make a video. I never do that. And sometimes I don't make a video for 2 weeks. Now that I'm already where I'm at, in the beginning, I did it. You have to do it or you're not going to get subscribers. Like Linda said, she's been doing it for a year and she's only got 500. So slow growing, Rita. Well, you got to post your videos. Oh, Teeny says, okay, but I called on my Facebook followers to come help out someone's YouTube to get them to 1,000, but that's not happening for you. I don't understand the question, miss. Is it Teeny? You called on your Facebook followers to come and help out someone else's YouTube channel? Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You can just keep posting. You just have to keep posting it and see, yeah, I don't want to make when I feel down either. I love your videos, Rita. You're just adorable. Okay, let's see. Your sister lives in Seattle? Oh my gosh, Rita, you'll have to, when you come visit her, come and see me. $20 an hour because my materials only cost you $3. Yeah, I know what you mean. Now, I want to tell you something about my shop. I had a $10 shop minimum for a long time just because, if you're not going to spend $10, then what is the point, honestly? Because you're not even using up your postage that you paid for. But I quit the $10 minimum now because I just got tired of telling everybody, even though it's in my shop, it's in every description, it's everywhere, and no one sees it anyway. So that's how that goes. Okay, let's see. Do mixed media, wreaths. Okay, not for journals. Okay. Okay, yes, so they could get to 1,000, but I can't get any help from YouTube people. Yeah, I know. There's so many. I mean, no one cares, honestly. It's tough. I never ask for help because nobody really cares. They're all doing their own thing, and it's tough even to get a thumbs up here. Look, I've mentioned it like 5 times, and there's only 5. So you can't ask for help. If people want to help you, they will. Otherwise, it's really tough to get them to do anything. You know what I mean? So, okay. All right. So, selling tips for Etsy shop. So we talked about the videos, right? Okay. Let's talk about an Etsy names for your shops just for a second. It's really important that for marketing, that you have something that you can market. I mean, lots of people want to use their family name or this cute name or come up with this cute little thing. And it doesn't tell anyone what's in your store. And it doesn't give you any way to market yourself or anything memorable. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of the Etsy shop names are already taken up. But, right, Linda? There's no sense of being nervous. It's okay. A lot of the tips I talk in here about doing videos is about getting over yourself. So you really have to, you're not that big of a deal, right? But anyways, so marketing is really important. I changed my name several times just looking for something. Well, I didn't change it, but I was looking for something to name my shop and I couldn't, all the names were taken. So I came up with the Bygones because that hasn't been taken, but that's something Bygones, that variety shop. So it kind of gives you a hint of what's in there. And it's something that I can market. Bygones being, I can attach some kind of, picture with that, anywhere. And it's something that people will remember and, whatever. And so I just want to make sure that, especially with Etsy's algorithm, it's horrible. And so if you have weird spelling or, just some kind of off the wall thing, they're never going to find your shop with a crazy name or something all cutie or whatever. And then when you go to market it, it's tough to come up with something, fun and memorable. And, yeah, your business name is everything. Yep. For sure, Linda, it really does. And so I see a lot of people, come in and they have all these cute names and it just doesn't have anything to do with anything. And so I would just make sure that your name is simple, easily spelled, and gives a tell about what's in your shop, okay? And then doing the work. That's another section in here. That's in this article. The videos, we talked about the videos. Keeping your camera still is important. Short, sweet, and memorable. That's right. The hands-free is really important. You get the gooseneck clip that has a clamp on the one end and a clamp on the other end. So you have hands-free and make sure you have good lighting and stuff. Keep your camera still. Get over yourself. And then how to set up your camera is in here. How to gain a following is in here. There's so much stuff in this article. It's really good to have. And then setting up your shop. We did kind of talk about that just a little bit. And then what to stock is also in here. I want to give you a huge hint also about sharing too much as well, okay? Because what happens is, at least this is how I noticed it, but I like sociology and have a sociology degree, so I like to watch the masses and how people react to what I post and my videos and such. So I always study my sales versus my videos when I do my videos. And so anyways, here's the deal. Sometimes you get overexcited and you post these things and you're not quite done, but you don't have the supplies ready or you're not ready to sell them yet, but you're just, putting the stuff out there just because of your excitement. So what happens is you're missing sales when you do that, because the people say, oh, that's cool. I'm going to go make those. I'm going to go find the parts and pieces right now and go to Amazon or go to wherever. And so you missed your opportunity. So sometimes you have to hold back and wait until your projects are done, so you have everything in your shop and everything listed and everything ready before you show your pictures. Because a lot of times when people will take your stuff and run, like during Christmas time, I always do Pink Christmas and I love it. And I have all the stuff ready for my shop and whatever. But this one time, well, even last year, I posted all my stuff and people fall in love with it and they want to copy you and make their stuff, and they copy you, believe me, and they take your stuff that you just made exactly and they'll take it and post it in another group and never mention your name, so you really have to make sure that you're ready. Thank you, Linda. Hello. You just have to really make sure that you're ready before you share all your secrets and that, you're ready and have all your stuff, you know, all your stuff ready. Okay. So what else are we selling your wares? Let's see the prices. Oh, we never talked about fussy Etsy customers either. Should we talk about Etsy customers or what? There's so many things to talk about. There's so much in this article. I can't go through all of it, but I have made some really funny bobblehead videos talking about Etsy shop customers because a lot of them are kind of picky. and they sometimes believe that they can get their money back like they do at Walmart, and they have one little complaint and they get their money back. A lot of the Etsy customers always want to get their money back for everything. So it's kind of funny, you know what I'm saying? How do I find journaling retreats? They're usually invite only. And I've been asked to do retreats, but honestly, like I said, I just hosted this big lunch at my house and I can't even get them to come over for free. So I don't know how I'm going to get a big retreat going, although I've been thinking about it, and it's mostly invite only because it's so small. Like what the girls do is like Gail Snelly, she does hers in Montana, and they go and rent a vacation property and then sell the tickets for how many rooms they have, and so it's usually just invite only. But anyway, fussy Etsy customers. So I just know that every shop is run differently, and you don't have to run your shop like anyone else's. And if a customer comes in with an expectation that, hi Judy, thanks, miss. So anyway, you just run your Etsy shop like you want it. It doesn't matter what other people say. If they don't like it, then what? There's nothing you can do. Yes, we love all of our customers and everything, but I run my shop for my convenience and your convenience as much as possible, but I have to do it so that otherwise it takes over your life, honestly. So time management is something else that I talked about in the article here. So time management is a big thing, and the links to my shop and the group and to the article are in the description box there. But time management is a big deal. You kind of just have to pick your battles, and so I picked mine, and you have to be willing to not look good, I guess. You have to be willing to just not care what other people think about you, basically, because otherwise, if you run around trying to people please everybody, you're going to be miserable because you're doing it for them and not yourself. You know what I mean? And then it gets to be like work. And when it's work, it takes the fun out. And when the fun is gone and your enthusiasm is gone and stuff, then, nobody's going to watch your videos. Nobody's going to come to your shop and stuff. So, okay. All right. So let's see. Where are we at here? Run your home business to suit your life. That's what I put. And run your shop for your convenience. It's your life and it's yours to run. Okay, and don't ever let anyone convince you that you're not doing it right, because you are. And you're doing it right for you. That's what I wrote, okay? So let's just keep doing it. Anyways, the bobblehead videos links are in here, and they're on my YouTube channel. Just about how silly, Etsy customers are sometimes. Okay, the next thing for your Etsy is taking pictures. Pictures are very, very important, and sometimes, it's tough even for me to get them right. And I'm not a professional photographer, but I'll tell you what, I sure have learned how to do it and what actually people respond to. So just make sure that you don't have any backgrounds, that it's a clean background, and, you're not taking pictures on your couch. I've seen it all. I've even seen Etsy pictures of something on the back of a toilet. I about died. I couldn't believe it. So just make sure that you have no background showing. So with me, I just put a white tablecloth up there and I set my little deal up and I try, or you can get one of those light boxes if you want to get real fancy. But I just use, a white tablecloth or something is good, whatever. Because otherwise the photos, it's tough. Okay. So running the Facebook group. We talked a little bit about running the Facebook group. I really dive into it in the article about the sociology kind of side of things and running the masses and how to create like waves of, I guess, enthusiasm and like riding the wave all the way out, but it's all in here. Okay. So now we're at time management, other social media. A part of this too is, like I just said, keeping it fun and stuff. Yeah, on the back of the toilet, it was so funny. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh. So anyway, slowing down and putting yourself first, even if you disappoint someone or it makes you look bad or whatever, it's fine. You know what I mean? It keeps you out of the drama. You just do what you want to do. And that's that. Okay. All right. So let me go. Let's see. Bonus content. Why start a Facebook page, how to run it, and use it to help boost your Etsy sales. Okay. So I have all these points about how to run and use your Facebook group. There's, let's see, bullet points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 6, 7. There's several different things running a Facebook group. There's about 10 different bullet points here that are super important when you're gonna run a Facebook group to help boost your channel and your Etsy shop. Now, if you're just gonna start a Facebook group to play around, whatever, anybody can start a Facebook group. It's not a big deal, but if you really want to use it for business purposes as well as getting your name out there and stuff, there's a few things that I've learned that keep your Facebook group a neutral place to go without any drama and, all that. So the first thing I would say about running a Facebook group is that the members don't need to know anything personal about you, okay? Not for any reason. They don't need to know your beliefs. They don't need a list of your health issues. They don't need to know all your ailments. They don't need to know your family drama. They don't need to know your religious doctrine. They don't need to know your political views. They don't need to listen to your COVID panic. They don't need to hear any of that stuff, okay? That's all personal drama that you can just keep to yourself and keep out of your group and out of your business. It has no need to be there for any reason, period, ever, okay? Because it's not about you. It's not about you, okay? So your main focus should be your artwork and how you do it, and that's it. The rest of it, is just drama. That's it. And when people are scrolling at the end of the day, going to Facebook, the last thing, at least for my group, that I want them to be feeling when they come in is all of this stuff. Like when you go on Facebook, you're trying to get away from all that stuff. And so if you make your community a fun, relaxing, easy, informative place to go, then you'll get, people to come. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Rita. Sure. I appreciate you being here. Thanks very much. Okay. So your page should be kept free of all these self-imposed ideas and concepts, and your main focus can be your artwork and how to do it. Your main concern is not you and being known and understood. It's building your community, getting your sales, inspiring others with your artwork and your enthusiasm and your journals, and giving your followers a place to congregate and check up on what you have going on for your artwork. It's not about you. all that stuff can be on your own personal page. If that's the kind of crap you want to put on Facebook, then have at it. But it shouldn't be anywhere in your group. Okay. And I talked to you about the no selling and how I barter with my admin and my mods. So if they help, then they can sell on my feed. Otherwise, there's no other sales. You still get it and people still do it, backdoor selling, but there's not much you can do about that. So, but also, just so that you guys know, I don't allow any giveaways and I want to tell you why, because, we share so much already, but if your group gets to be known where everybody's going there to collect things, then what happens is it starts attracting the wrong kind of people. And what they do is there is actually people that go out of their way to try to get free stuff and these racks and whatever. Okay. I can't figure it out, but they really do. They spend a lot of time going from Facebook group to Facebook group, preying on these people that don't have any idea what they're doing. And they just keep getting stuff in the mail all the time. That's what they do. Okay. And also what they do is they join my swaps and then they don't have ever any intention of sending anything. And so in order to keep those kind of people out, I make it so that, you're not going to come on the group and just start giving away all a bunch of stuff. We have the rack list. If you want to do racks, you get your address on there, whatever, and you do it privately. And yes, we love the mail, and that's a big thing about it. But if you let it go on the feed, like I said, then your group ends up to be a place where you go to collect things, and it isn't really about art or inspiration or inspiring each other or anything. It's not about the community. It's about nothing but getting stuff. And I just don't want that. So that's it for me about that. But you can obviously decide what you want to do. Now, here's the other thing about selling I just wanted to mention. Because I do support my group members who have been in my group and they love my group and they're there. And I had this example of this woman that came in and she learned how to eco-dye papers in my group and she loved it. And she contacted me and said, gee, can I sell some of these? Everybody loves it. She did such a good job. No problem. No problem. I don't have any problem with that at all. But so I do support members, but I don't support the fair weather friends. That's what I call them. They don't care anything about me or my mom or my group or my community or what I'm doing. They just came here to post their stuff to sell and leave. They don't care anything about it. So I delete those kind. Right? Okay. Okay. Here's another really big important tip about running a Facebook group if you're going to start one. Okay. So, and when you first start in the beginning, you don't need any help. But after a while and it gets bigger and you're starting to do more events and you have all these things going on, I have so many things going on in my group, I need help. And so, like I said, I offer them, they can sell all their stuff on the feed then. And then, so the other thing that I do so that we can, this is all in the article, is training them and having a live chat room that is in the back. So what I have is to run my group is I set up a chat group for all the mods and admin to come in, all the girls that do the swaps, everybody's there. And it's open 24 hours and it's only for group business. And it gives us a spot to discuss the happenings, the daily happenings of the group. So I think, Linda's admin, so she can tell you, it's pretty handy to have when, things go on in group. If you see this person or that person or whatever, somebody's doing this, or should we delete that, or, blah, blah, blah. So it's a way of communicating with your mods and admin all at the same time so that everyone can see, what's happening, what we're talking about. So I set that up. And that really helped a lot. The only thing is when you get a bunch of women together, they like to talk. So I have to make sure, and I tell them all that this is only group business. This isn't personal stuff. It's the same thing in the back. Like I talk about stuff once in a while, but Otherwise, it just gets to be too much drama and it's just a mess. So try to keep it as professional as you can in there, even in there. Okay, and then training your mods and admin. I set up another page, a separate page for training the mods and admin so that they know what their post should look like. They know how to answer the questions. They know how to link things. They know, all the things that they need to know about the sales and where to find my videos and what to do and how to direct traffic. That's basically what they're doing. So, so I set up a whole page for that. And when they first come in, I send them over to the page and they have to read all the stuff and click like and all that stuff. So I know they're reading it and whatever. And then I put them in the chat room and we train a little bit more. And then I let them come into the group and start posting. But even then, I'm a real stickler about what your posts look like, because your posts are very important when you go in your Facebook group for your mods and your admin. And they have to be distinguishable between a member's regular old post and, an admin or mod post. So there's a lot of things that we can do to make them look professional and, well put together and stuff. Okay. So I gave a few examples of a bad post here for any admin or mod or group head as far as that goes. I mean, you've been in a lot of groups where you see posts like this. And this is the kind I don't like either in my group. And a lot of people always start out with their first paragraphs, and here's what it is. Well, I had surgery last week, so I've been stuck in bed, and the doctor says I have 2 more weeks of recovery. So I want to thank everybody for sending me Happy Meal. I really needed it. Now, it sounds, innocent enough. But what happens is pretty soon a person reads that and they say, oh, I just had this surgery a week ago too. And man, so then she writes it. And then the next person says, oh yeah, my grandma had that, or something, it's an invitation for them to write about their ailments. Okay. And then the next person does it and then they write about their ailments. So then pretty soon, and I swear to God, okay, one day I came in my group and I had 3 dead dogs, 2 dead mothers, and 3 cancer posts. And I'm not joking. Like, I am not joking. So once you let one person come in and say, my dog died, everybody does it. Because, oh, they get sympathy. Oh, they get attention. Oh, they get racks. Oh, they get cards. Oh, they get, whatever, whatever it is. And the same thing with the cancer, the sick mom, or the deaths, or the this and that. Now, I'm not insensitive. I'm just saying, when I go to my Facebook group and my community for inspiration and a place that is a rest and a break from this world, the last thing that I want to go see is somebody crying over this or that or the other. Now, it's not that life doesn't happen, but I'm just saying, okay? So what I mean, right? You guys laughing at me, I know, but it's true. So, and then what happens is, this is what happens. And this is why I think it's so interesting. And I'm a sociology and psychology major. So you gotta give me a break here now, but listen. Once people start doing that, what happens is to the other members is they come into the group, they see this person, and then they start caring. And when they start caring, that just means they're spending energy on worry. And what they're going to do is, rather than coming there and enjoying themselves and learning something and inspiring somebody else and making new friends and having camaraderie with the community, they're going to stop at that post and say, oh, I should send her something. So what happens is she's wasting all of her energy on trying to make this other person feel better when it's not up to you to do that. It's not up to you to make the person feel better and care about them and do all this jazz. You're wasting your energy because that's not what this group is set up for. So you have to really, pick your battles, but at the same time, not be, too insensitive. So here's what I've done. Now listen. So here's what I've done. And a lot of you already know this, but if you're going to start out a Facebook group and you have those kind of posts. Now, listen, there's a lot of groups that I've seen now all of a sudden, especially because I know this one lady left my group mad because she had the cancer and all this. Every single post was about the cancer. And I can't even imagine having that. I'm not insensitive. I'm just saying. I just can't have that every single day. Like, honestly. Okay. So she went off and started her own group, and in her box, in the description box, it says you're free to talk about your health issues, you know. So when you go and you look and you see that everybody's going to be complaining about their health issues, and from a spiritual standpoint, from any sort of depth, if you have any, you will know that sitting in your misery and in your pain and in your health problems is not good for you in any sense of the word. And the best medicine for you is to let it go and put your focus on something else, because your focus is extremely important, especially when it comes to your health issues. Okay, so I'm doing them a favor by not allowing it in the group, not only for them, but the other people, you know, because it's a trail of either misery or, you know, whatever. So I'm just saying. So here's what I did, because I love my group members and I love my group. And, you know, I know people go through things and whatever. So we started that Etc. Connections group so that, okay, this is the community part. If you want to build a real sense of community and have engaged people, you have to do a few things. And that is, one of the things is, you know, having something to do together. We can talk about that too, but one of the main things is, for me, is having the group members feel loved and seen. A lot of times that, you know, they just scroll through and they never engage because, you know, lots of reasons. But anyways, and so we started out the Etc. Connections group, not only so that we can send out the birthday cards and the anniversary cards. Now, I do that because I want every single member to know that I value them. And now I see everybody's doing it, sending out birthday cards and this and that, whatever. Okay, and that's fine. And I'm sure I wasn't the first one to start it. I'm just saying the reason I do it is because I'm extending my hand and my heart to you and telling you that I know it's your birthday. And I see, because, you know what, women, we always get left behind or forgotten in our birthday. When was the last time you got anything? Let me tell you, right? So, I mean, I just wanted to make sure that I had this girlfriend atmosphere, and so that I can extend my hand to you and say, you know, I see you and it's your birthday and, you know, whatever. And we also keep track of the date that you joined the group. And then we send you the anniversary card, because, I mean, you know, I don't have to go there. If anybody's married, they know. If you ever get an anniversary card, you're lucky. So anyway, so I do that too. And then the other thing, getting back to these death and sick posts and all this stuff, is that if we see one of the group members that has, you know, an injury or death or sickness or whatever, then we do it in private. We say to the girls, you know, we have a member that needs some attention. Would anybody like to send something? Private message me. And then we do. We don't post your drama on the feed. We don't say, oh my God, you know, whatever. We do it in private and we send you a little something, just so that you can feel the support and care of the community. Okay. In private. Yes. Okay. So that's what we do. So, okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, your posts. The giveaways and the no asking. Also, I have no ask and no giveaways, and the asking is the same thing, because literally people just walk in the door and just start asking for stuff. Like, we're just going to give it to them, which we do, but not like that. You know what I mean? So if they start asking as soon as they walk in the door, I just delete it, because I'm not here. I'm not your ATM machine. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so no death and sickness posts or personal drama. And how to get subscribers. We talked about that a little bit. And then how to build your thriving and engaged Facebook group. That's the next file. Okay. Where's this one part? Well, I'm sorry. I know this is dumb, but I'm just looking here. All right. Not an ATM, Judy. Not your ATM machine. I know, Miss Teeny. I know. As soon as somebody starts crying about their stuff, then people leave because they don't want to hear it. They're trying to have a good time and they just want to chill out, you know. So let's see. Okay. Oh, this is kind of a good part from the article here. I kind of said some of this stuff already, though. My ancient Chinese secret. You got to buy the article to know my ancient Chinese secret. Let me tell you. I wrote this and wrote this and wrote this. Oh man. Okay. So the enthusiasm for what you're doing. No one cares about your work being good enough or how many racks you send or who you're friends with. Let's see. Well, there's lots of stuff. Lots of stuff in the article. I can't go through every bit of it, otherwise nobody will get the article right. All right. Oh, okay. Birthday, anniversary, went through that, etc. Connections, blah, blah, blah. The regular meetings, the Friday night. Okay, we talked about that. The mail. The mail creates a big buzz. All right. Okay, so let's see if we got any questions. Otherwise, I'm about done unless you guys have anything else for me. I think I've mentioned everything, you know, like I said, there's so many videos on how to run an Etsy shop and what to do that I wanted to pick things that I wanted to talk about that aren't already out there on YouTube from everybody. Because like I said, I have done what everybody says and didn't help my sales any. So I had to come up with my own strategies. And what it is, I want to tell you too, is it's kind of about creating a little frenzy. And so when you find something that you really like to make, like I said, don't post any of your stuff. Make sure first you have it all stocked up in your shop. You have all the supplies ready and you have, you know, at least 5 ready to sell so that when you go post your video, you have all your bases covered, you know, okay? Right? You can hit me up for stuff. I mean, and it's fine, you know, but we give so much already. Like nobody has to ask, for pity's sake. We give so much already that it's ridiculous, don't you guys think? Oh my gosh. So anyways, I just appreciate your guys' support so much and the sales, you know, so much, all your purchases and everything. Like I said, I only have out, you know, about a couple $1,000s at one time in my Tim Holtz stuff, plus all my other stuff. So it just really, you know, it really helps to get community support from you guys and understanding and all that kind of stuff. So I just really appreciate all you guys and thanks for coming in and talking to me. I didn't even think I would go for this long, an hour and a half. So if I missed something, you know, you can always message me or come into Facebook or, you know, whatever you want to do. And we can talk about, there's so many things to discuss when you talk about Etsy and your channel and all that and running a Facebook group, especially because it's a lot of drama dealing with all those people. You know what I mean? So it was really nice talking to all you guys. Thank you for the thumbs up. That really helps my videos get watched. And we will hopefully see you guys later. See you in group. but I don't even know how to stop this thing. Thank you, Miss. We'll see you later. Bye.